Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Global crypto markets dropping precipitously today. On word from Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Isn't it kind of funny how it's a dude at a central bank speaking in the United States and global crypto prices drop? Well, it's not that surprising. Obviously, the Fed, monetary policy regarding the United States dollar. United States dollar is the global reserve. It is what it is. But I will tell you right now, I bought crypto today for the fourth day in a row. I am not the least bit afraid of this. And to the contrary, I actually got very excited because something happened, in particular, news broke last night, which I do want to mention. And I felt perfectly excited this morning as well. I see prices going down. I see opportunity. I personally am making moves and positioning myself further for the next leg up in this crypto journey. So I want to share with you some of the specifics. None of this is anything to be scared about, in my personal opinion, but we'll be sharing perspective in terms of what's going on here and what the outlook is. But damn, as far as I'm concerned, it's opportunity as far as the eye can see. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, if you look at the weekly charts, this is livecoinwatch.com. If you look at the weekly charts for the top 10 cryptos by market cap, and of course throw out the stable coins because the stable coins are not going to behave the same, obviously, but look at these charts. They all look the same. They all responded the same when news broke this morning in terms of what Jerome Powell was saying. Everything moved in tandem. It's just like it fell off a cliff. XRP down to 33 cents, Bitcoin down to $20,705. Market cap for the asset class still a little bit above $1 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 38.98%. By the way, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which updates just once every 24 hours, so it was last night that it updated at 27 out of 100. So unless some positive moves happen sooner than later, won't be surprised to see this a bit lower when it updates soon. But this is not something to be scared of. Look, let me make this very clear. Look at this headline from CNBC. Stocks hit session lows, with the Dow losing 700 points as Powell's warnings rattle Wall Street. So I'm going to share with you some of the specifics, but first I want to make a broader point, which is important to anybody that's actually investing in stocks or crypto. This news broke, markets responded. The fact that your crypto is worth less as a result of this does not matter big picture. That's my opinion. It does. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell. You do whatever the hell you want. I don't think it freaking matters at all, and I can prove to you it all just moves in tandem. It has nothing to do with fundamentals or long-term viability. So here's the Dow Jones. This is the one-day chart, and you can see it was up here right where I'm circling if you're looking at the screen, and then the news, the press conference for Jerome Powell started, and then prices tanked. They did go, it rebounded a little bit, but then just continued tanking at least to this point throughout the rest of the day. I mean, to this point, anyway. I mean, fine, maybe it could go by the time you're seeing this, but fairly precipitous drop. Here's the Bitcoin chart. This is a 24-hour chart. So right where I'm circling, if you guys are looking at the screen here, this is right when Jerome Powell began speaking. Same thing happened. I'm telling you, Bitcoin and stocks are being treated exactly the same. Isn't that fascinating? They're just moving in tandem. And so when bigger picture stuff like this happens, markets do respond actually down to the second. A lot of the time, though, since there is correlation, it doesn't mean that the moves are going to be correlated down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, so on and so forth. But for something like this, pretty much down to the second. That can happen. It did happen today. It does not matter. Not a big deal at all. Just scary headlines out there. Here's one from CNN. Stocks sink as Fed Chair Jerome Powell promises forceful and rapid action on inflation. But let me share with you a little bit of the CNBC piece, actually. Stocks sold off sharply Friday after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said in his Jackson Hole speech, the central bank won't back off its fight against rapid inflation. Let me just pause here. I've been supposing on this channel that they're not, the Fed's not just going to stop increasing interest. So there's been a few rate hikes this year, fine, but we're still at historically low levels, and you have runaway inflation. Who thought that it was likely that they'd just stop? I mean, okay, fine, maybe it was possible, but my supposition was that they would continue, even if not the same hikes that we recently saw. Like the last rate hike was 75 basis points, which just means 0.75%. Well, that's it. Party's over. Just everything's fine now. No, they want to tamp down inflation, which of course they understand is going to reduce economic output. This is all part of the strategy. Anyway, piece continues. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 701 points, or 2.11%, hitting session lows during afternoon trading. The S&P 500 fell 2.43%, and the Nasdaq Composite slid 2.97%. Powell reiterated a tough stance against inflation, spurring investors to weigh the implications of higher interest rates for longer. And here's a quote from Powell. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive policy stance for some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. End quote. Well, who thought it was actually probable that something else was going to occur? Oh, yeah, everything's fine now. No. I don't think that was the most reasonable thing to suppose. Here's what chart analyst Income Sharks shared with his 329,000 followers on Twitter. He wrote, "Did people really not expect Fed rate hikes to continue? What an overreaction to people who aren't paying attention. Fed has planned rate hikes the rest of the year. Plan is still 50, 25, 25 the next 3 months. Waiting for round 2 sell-off Monday, then back to buying Tuesday." And so what he's talking about there when he says 50, 25, 25, he's talking about basis points right there. So 0.5% and then 0.25% and then 0.25%. That's what he's saying. That's what it's reasonable to suppose, right? And I do agree with him. I mean, I have been articulating this on the channel. I never pretend to know definitively, so I don't speak overly strong, but that's what I was supposing was most likely to happen because that makes the most logical sense in my humble opinion. But this is an opportunity. And so I'm taking the opportunity, and something really big happened last night from my perspective. And this may be an XRP centric YouTube channel. XRP is absolutely my favorite cryptocurrency, still my largest holding. But I know that a lot of you out there also hold a cryptocurrency that I'm a huge fan of, which is Hbar. This is the 4th day in a row that I purchased it. And I was going to purchase it today regardless, but it was nice to see the price went down. I was able to snag it at 6.5 cents earlier today, and if it goes lower, super duper. And my personal holdings of Hbar, since I began purchasing again on and off since May, my personal Hbar holdings are now up 55%. So I just set a stretch goal, and I was like, okay, whatever. And my bag's already considered full. Like I keep telling the story, I don't want to repeat it again. I've said it like the last 3 days. But I'm feeling quite good about this. I'll say this. But check this out. Hbar is officially coming to Coinbase. This was shared yesterday evening, and I saw that, and I got quite excited about that. I always supposed it was going to happen because it's a pretty damn popular cryptocurrency, to be fair. It's number 50 in terms of market cap, and we're in a bear market here, so it's way down from its all-time high, which to me just personally represents opportunity. But it's a cryptocurrency backed by, backed by major firms, including Boeing, Google, LG, many others that you've heard of. There's a reason that they're supporting this, and it technologically actually works. And so Coinbase listing Hbar, it's not just another ERC20 crap token, which Coinbase loves to list. This is a real thing. This is its own thing. It's its own technology. And by the way, it's technically not blockchain technology. It's Hashgraph, but I'm not going to get into that specifically here. But it's still distributed ledger technology, and it just works. But setting that aside, Hbar didn't pump on this news, but you shouldn't expect it to. In fact, what Coinbase has been doing in an attempt to prevent pumping of coins is they've been noting ahead of time, we're going to list so-and-so in the future in an effort to not have the coin pump on the Coinbase platform. So the news is out there. People can feel what they feel like. I got excited about it, and then nothing happened in price. So why am I excited about that? Why am I legitimately excited about Coinbase listing this particular cryptocurrency? Folks, have you been paying attention to what's been going on in recent weeks? I know you have. Take a look at this headline from the Daily Hodl. This is just from several days ago. Traders are sleeping on BlackRock's crypto move, says hedge fund CEO Anthony Scaramucci. Here's what he means. And so you may recall that BlackRock, which is the largest investment firm on the entire freaking planet, BlackRock teamed up with Coinbase. And so they're institutional customers, of which there are many, again, trillions of dollars in assets under management. In teaming up with Coinbase, they now have access to the crypto asset class. And so for some of them, it's the first time they're having exposure to it. And Hbar specifically is a part of it. So I'm in it personally, before the big institutional money, by and large, is getting into it. And it's just amazing how cheap it is right now, and the supply is half of the total of XRPs. Like, I'll tell you this. So I love XRP. Like I keep saying, and I mean this. Like I'm always gonna have a strong fondness for XRP no matter what. But I'll tell you, even though it's my favorite cryptocurrency, and I think that I could put, if I'm right, then I think I can make a fortune even just with XRP, frankly. That being said, since there's less money in HBAR, I think you could probably get more of a multiplier effect. That would be my supposition. And also, historically, XRP lags behind. So even when alt season hits, if history repeats, then XRP would be among the last to pop. So we'll see if history repeats like that. But that means if HBAR actually pops first before XRP, in theory, my HBAR might be worth more than my XRP at some point. Even though my XRP is worth a lot more right now in terms of United States dollars, I could see a world if HBAR really pops first, I'll be like, well, okay, and I'll just start selling, and then my XRP will be my number one holding again. But still, just saying, I was just kind of thinking there, I was like, that doesn't sound wacky. That actually might happen. But check out this article. This is cool stuff. Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci says that inadequate attention is being paid to the foray into crypto by the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock. Scaramucci says in a CNBC interview that the move by the Larry Fink-led asset management behemoth to launch a spot Bitcoin private trust is an indication of institutional demand for crypto assets. And so I'll just pause and note, yeah, I'm excited about HBAR because technologically, it's fantastic. It's got real backing. There's potential it might be something in the future. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it goes to zero, whatever. I don't rule anything out, but I'm just saying. But the truth is, in the short term, since the crypto asset class is currently moving in tandem, like, you should be, if you have anything that's on Coinbase, like, you should be thrilled, because BlackRock is just, I mean, it's not like a flip the switch moment, as some people in the XRP community like to say, but by plugging the rest of the world into this asset class, BlackRock, via Coinbase, over time, and my gosh, can you imagine when things go parabolic and what this means in terms of supply and demand? It's going to be huge. It will be huge. It's not like right now, just because the news broke, it's not like snap of a finger, flip the switch. It's not quite how this works, but the implications will be that much bigger when things finally do move dramatically upside and parabolically to the upside. But anyway, here's the quote from Anthony Scaramucci. People are not paying close enough attention to what BlackRock is doing. If Larry Fink and his team are setting up a product related to Bitcoin, that is telling you that there is institutional demand out there. Whether they have a positive or negative opinion on Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. There's an expression back at investment bank Goldman Sachs in the early 90s. Feed the ducks. If the ducks want Bitcoin, set up a product and feed the ducks. And so I think this is a huge thing that's just not being expounded upon as much as it should be. End quote. Exactly. So, and here we are sitting here, barely anybody's paying attention. I'm telling you, there's way fewer humans paying attention to what's happening in crypto compared to the first half of 2021. There are way fewer people paying attention. Probably like 75% of the people not paying attention. Even if they didn't all exit crypto, they're not paying attention. This is the time to pay attention. So I'm glad you're here paying attention to crypto. And thank you for stopping by my channel. I always appreciate the support very genuinely. But whether it's my channel or you're reading stuff or other channels, just good on you for paying attention to what's going here. This is absolutely gigantic. So you all do whatever you want. I'm not telling you to specifically buy or sell or hold anything. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing because I think it's fun to talk about this stuff. But I could not be more pumped for HBAR. And I'm actually just going to keep purchasing. I'm going to think about this for the rest of the day, but I may just set another stretch goal since I already met my most recent stretch goal. I may seek to be up 100% in terms of my HBAR holdings compared to what I held before I started purchasing again in May of this year. That would be something, because I already considered myself to have a pretty good amount of HBAR, but to double it, ooh, that'd be quite the stretch goal. And I've got time to do it. I'm just kind of sitting back, like, just in case there's another leg down. I don't know if there's going to be. If there is, oh my God, the amount of capital I will throw into that damn thing, it's going to be sick. I will get rid of all of my fiat, and I will just purchase all the HBAR. And then I will wait, because I just think it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. Same for XRP. And I know, and so, and I know after kind of, testing the waters on Twitter, there are a ton of you listening that love XRP. Maybe you're like me and it's your favorite crypto, and if not, that's cool too. But I know a ton of you out there also are very interested in HBAR. I mean, I've really noticed, I don't know maybe it's just an anecdotal thing, but I noticed, like, our community, the XRP community, Big fans also of Hbar, and I also noticed VeChain specifically. I don't only VeChain, not against it at all, but I happen to not hold it. But I've noticed that. That's just what I've kind of like anecdotally seen. That's my perception. It'd be interesting to like, if somebody actually ran a poll. Maybe I should do a poll on this. I'm kind of curious. But though, for some reason, those in particular, I just see our community talking about those three all the damn time. And I understand why. Because they're utility plays. That's it. So it makes sense that we'd all be interested in the coins that may actually solve real problems in the future. I mean, in the case of XRP, it already really is. And some would argue that even VeChain already is. And in terms of Hbar, I don't know. I don't pretend to be as well researched on Hbar, but I did a lot of research starting about a year and a half ago. And it's interesting. And it can do things that like Ethereum promised it could do, but can't do. So it's just fascinating. We'll see what happens here. But I guess I'll stop yammering. Let me know what you think. But I am so legitimately excited. I know like people are scared today, and I'm just like, hell yeah, I feel like amped up today. I really do. But I'll shut up. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.